Hi, I'm Lee and welcome to my channel, and this video is titled It's All a Sick Game with a Narcissist. Now, I typically always write notes. I'm a big note taker. Yesterday, this just popped into my head and oh honey, did I take notes? And I mean, I am going to be reading from these just because I don't want to forget anything, but I think it's pretty much up engraved. Now, it's all a game to a narcissist. Well, of course it is. It's all a sick game to a narcissist. And I mean, for instance, watch my previous videos. It's all a sick game of him lying straight to my face and then turning right around and going out to dinner with his mistress, who's a literal hooker. Um, Telling me in one breath, I love you, I love you. Are you going to come over to my house for dinner? Oh, I love you, I love you, I love you. Look, come over, let's hang out. Then I see my girlfriend's getting on my nerves lately. Ugh, I can't stand her. You can't stand me, yet you were just inviting me to your house? I'm sorry, what? And the biggest, well, I mean, it's really hard to pinpoint the sick and twisted games. Disinviting me on a trip. um, Posting photos of me against my knowledge. And that's the video that I did. And to this day, that proves it was a sick flippin' game to this person because he knew that I wouldn't like that. I would not like that. And instead of having basic human decency and saying, hey, can I post some photos of you, or is that okay, or what kind of, like, instead of, no. You pick all of the photos of me half flipping naked, okay? Like bikinis and just half flipping naked, okay? About 30 photos. Create this at 8 o'clock in the morning. So something clicked into your head to say, you know what? I need to get my jollies off. I can't post my, like something. Didn't tell me about it until 12 hours later. When he told me, he was so smug, so arrogant. Obviously, he could see I was devastated. I was so hurt. And it wasn't necessarily the photos, it was what he said, which is, and I quote, wish I would have taken a photo of this, but this is really going to hurt my girlfriend, but I don't care. My girlfriend is a very private person. She's not in the public eye, but she would kill me if she knew I was doing this. But oh well. And when I asked him, and I'm in tears, I'm hurt. Go blank yourself. F you. If you don't like it, go blank your, like, just, I'm like, how can you do this when just 2 hours before you were telling me, like, it's a sick and twisted game because he was so smug. So, like, it just, and it's disgusting. And might I always have to preface this by saying this is an almost 60 effing year old man. 60 effing years old. And it's the sick and twisted game. Now, of course, I don't know if he does these things with these nasty other women. I don't know if he plays these little games and does these little, I don't know. I can only speak on my experience. And honey, he flippin' just drove my heart, soul, and self-esteem into the effing ground. Okay. So this clicked into my head yesterday. And as I was writing this out, oh honey, I got the chills now. Just, I got the flipping chills. I was just so, even now, just so angry, so heated, just so flipping disgusted. Disgusted. First off, you're a grown effing man. Grown. Of course you just, oh, okay. So, this instance, well, actually, okay, so when you're dealing with any sort of trauma, pain, especially with the narcissist, and especially, how I am, I want to forget. I just, every experience, every person, like he's effing dead to me. He is as dead to me as the day is long. I don't know him. I don't know him. I thought he was my boyfriend. He wasn't my boyfriend. He made it clear to everyone he was not my boyfriend. Don't know why, or I don't know what he told these other people because they knew he was in a relationship. But what's he telling them? He's definitely not telling them that He's messing around. Like you're just disgusting, dude, okay? So, and it's like I want to forget this person, but it's really hard when you get this trauma. I mean, you're working through stuff, right? So, this actually happened like about a year ago, but it feels like it was yesterday. I mean, all of these things, like, because I would never intentionally do something to hurt anyone. That's not who I am. I would never, ever do something that I know would hurt someone's feelings. I would never do that. So all of these things, it's like a dagger in the heart. It feels like it was yesterday. So this instance here, okay. Now, this was about a year ago, and he had broken up with me yet again. Okay. And it's like each time I forget the exact reason, or excuse me, the exact girl. But honey, it was all the flippin' same. He's being inappropriate. And for him, so like I said before, he is Facebook king. Okay. For everyone to stroke his ego and tell him how wonderful he is. And like ugh. Okay. But also, it's for him to, it's another outlet for him to cheat. It's an easy out, it's a free app for him to cheat. For him to send these little testing the waters messages and like half naked girls photos and send Facebook Messenger messages about, oh, I miss being in your arms, and oh, I can't stand my girlfriend, and just, oh, okay. Yeah. So he thinks that I'm dumb. And that's another thing that angers me is, so he's being inappropriate behind my back. I always find out about it. And when I question him, it hits the fan because he doesn't like that. Okay. He has no problem doing these things behind my back. But as soon as I find out about it, it's a problem and I'm the problem. And instead of fixing the type of behavior, you get rid of the problem and the problem is me. You block me, you shut me out, you break up with me, you tell me I'm an awful person, and so you know that that's going to hurt me. You know it's going to hurt me, and you know as soon as you do that, it's going to devastate me because I'm and he got off that I had to beg for his love and attention. He got off on that. Instead of just being a grown adult and saying, "Hey, yeah, I'll date you, but we're not serious." Or I'll date you, but just so you know, I have other relationships with other women. I mean, how difficult is that? But instead of being a grown adult and saying these things, he just wants to lie. I don't know why. I guess because maybe he would know, okay, well, if you're not serious with me, then I'm not going to be serious with you. I mean, I don't know. All I know is it's a sick and twisted game to this person, right? So that was the incident that happened. He's being grossly inappropriate. And I remember this. This was about a year ago. And I was trying very hard to remember exactly what happened. But it was basically that. Don't remember what girl it was over. Excuse me, girls. So we were sitting on his back porch. And I am just in tears, begging and pleading for this person to come back into my life. Now, I was begging for him, like, stop being mean to me. Like, just, I was begging for this person to get back together with me. I mean, it was just, God. And he got off on that. He not only did he get off on hurting me, he knew it would hurt me. It just really got him off to have someone calling and begging, please love me, please love me, please love me. So he definitely got off on that, and it's really just disgusting. So he said to me, and I'm trying to remember exactly how, I don't even know why he said this. Well, no, I said it. He's a manipulative, disgusting, gross person. So he said to me, he would only get back together with me if I would call my mother. Now, I don't know if every time he tried to hurt me, it was to run to my mother and try to talk trash about me, or try to put me on blast, or try, like, I mean, I'm so thankful that my mother knows he is bat crap effing crazy. And I don't even know if my mother really liked him from day one. I think she could kind of just see through his complete BS. But as a mother, I mean, you're not going to, she never really spoke much. But, and I think she called it before I even did. Like, she came to house sit when he and I took a trip. She said that she could tell right then and there, and this was years before I found out about the cheating, but I think it was around the time that I just started feeling that something wasn't right. She told me, she's like, there's something off. There's like she told me that something ain't right. Something ain't right. And it's him. And so, especially after the cheating, and this was after the cheating, after I found out, oh, she often hated him. Okay. So I don't know if he always went to my mother because I guess he thought it was a dig at me. He never went to any of my friends because my friends, he knows that, well, first off, they're always going to have my back, just like my mother. But they're always going to have my back. They effing hate him. They hate him. They hate him. He knows he doesn't have a chance of banging them. So he knew, oh, I can't go to her friends and talk smack about her because they're not going to hear it. But let me go to her mother because, oh, but honey, I gotta tell you, I mean, my mom is gonna believe some lying, cheating loser. Okay, like my mama is going to sit and listen to some liar and say, "Oh, okay, I believe everything that you say because your track history proves that you tell the truth." Okay, but again, you're 60 years. I mean, it just again, I think they said that like, okay, a narcissist has a childlike mentality. A narcissist is a child who doesn't get their way. And of course, oh, it goes deep, honey, but yeah. So, I mean, basically he reverts back to this childhood mentality, okay? Thinking, okay, let me call her mama because it's going to hurt her. Yeah, okay. My mom sees you're full of crap anyway. Okay. But he said the only way he would get back together with me is if I call my mother on speakerphone, okay? I never use speakerphone. Said, for me to call my mother on speakerphone right now, not to tell her that he's in the room, and to tell her I need therapy, and to tell her basically that I am mentally unstable and that because he, like, okay, I'm just going to call my mom out of the blue and say, Mom, I need therapy. She's going to be like, wait, I'm sorry, what? Like, I don't know. Well, I want to say I don't know what his mentality was on this, but it's a sick, twisted game. And as he's telling me this, of course, like my brain is trying to process this. Like, what the F are you talking about? He's, he's sitting there with this little smirk on his face. This, like, yeah. Like, I, I'm going to make you jump through some hoops. Like, you want me? Prove it. The man thinks he's flipping Brett Michaels, which he really does, thinks he's Brett Michaels, and to compete for his love, you gotta compete. Not actually, I mean, I guess I was competing. It was a really messed up situation, but whatever. And so I remember I told my mother this after the fact. And my mom was like, she was just as disgusted as I am. She, she's like, are you effing kidding? My mom, oh yeah. Uh, so I'm sitting there, and of course I was like, no, I don't remember what happened after that. I mean, of course we got back together. Um and so yeah, I'm just kind of reading over my notes, just making sure that I touched on everything because it was pen to paper yesterday, baby. It was pen to flipping paper, just getting it all out there. Um yeah, so he treats me like utter. disgusting trash and wants me to like it's all a game. He wants me to jump through hoops. And I of course he I guess just wanted, I don't know, to hurt me, to put me on blast, whatever. But that I noticed that would be his little go-to is let's run to her mother and talk trash about her. Let's like I guess trying to not only hurt me but trying to hurt my mother. Like I can't believe, well, can't believe that like dealing in this kind of stuff. This is a grown man and he doesn't act like it, not in the least. But when you deal with a narcissist, no. And when he sat there and he told me, you call your mom on speakerphone and tell her you need therapy or else I'm not getting back together with you. The look in his face, his eye, it was like he was a completely different person. Okay, he had this little smirk on his face, this little like, yeah, do it. Do it. That's the only way I'm getting back together with you. His eyes were so dark, so soulless. I mean, it was literally like looking at a different person. No soul, no emotion, just complete, just black. And just to see the smirk and just like, I couldn't believe that. Well, I couldn't believe it. I was shocked. I was just, but yeah, it is all a sick game to a narcissist. And why they choose to be that way to certain people, because I feel like he wasn't that way towards everyone, just towards why, I don't know. I guess there's just certain people that it just gets them off more than others. But whew, karma is a thing, baby. Karma is a thing. And I mean, you cannot go through life treating people a certain way and think it is not going to have any repercussions on you. You just can't. God won't let it happen, baby. So thank you for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you like this content, please consider subscribing. Thanks, guys. See ya.